Welcome to Module 2 of our Course 8. In this strategic session, we will focus on strategic planning and key performance indicators. We will explore how to model elite multi-channel campaigns, establish bulletproof SMART goals, and master fluid resource allocation across your digital landscape. Let's step directly into phase 1 to break down our KPI architecture. We begin with the KPI architecture. This layer is all about structuring your campaign targets to cleanly link everyday performance indicators directly to macro organizational success. As a master strategist, you must ensure that small daily data points are never tracked in isolation, but instead serve as direct building blocks that support the high-level business goals of the entire enterprise. True strategic planning requires disciplined target design across your channels. First are quantifiable objectives. We must completely move away from ambiguous growth aspirations. A true strategic objective must specify an exact volume change, an attributed acquisition source, a clear baseline comparison, and an absolute deadline. Second is unified multi-channel logic. We must ensure that individual channel benchmarks never compete with one another. Your search engine optimization goals must directly feed your content workflows, which in turn must support and feed your paid retargeting models. We track this multi-channel logic by evaluating three distinct layers of the customer funnels. At the top of the funnel, we can also say TOFU for top of funnel. We measure broad awareness velocity, benchmarking metrics like brand impression shares, organic keyword volume, and new visitor session trends. At the middle of the funnel, we quantify active engagement, tracking parameters like content download velocity, returning user ratios, and webinar registration counts. At the bottom of the funnel, we secure the commercial outcome, focusing entirely on qualified discovery calls booked, close rate percentages, and overall client acquisition costs. Let's look at how these tiers align within our core measurement framework matrix. So we have our table here. We have funnel tier, primary metric target, and strategic purpose. Awareness, the primary metric target under awareness is domain authority and organic traffic growth. The strategic purpose is to establish long-term organic authority and visibility. Under the middle of the funnel, which is consideration, we have lead magnet conversions and email open rates. And the strategic purpose here is to nurture trust through educational problem solving assets. At the conversion, which is bottom of the funnel, The primary metric target is discovery calls, booked, and high ticket close rates, fulfilling commercial intent and securing retainer growth. Now that our metrics and funnel trackers are aligned, we move into phase 2, which is resource and capital allocation. This is where we master the math behind structuring a balanced marketing budget across modern, organic, and paid channels. We distribute our capital across a highly efficient, balanced budget model. Allocating capital effectively ensures your brand perfectly balances immediate lead collection with compounding long-term brand equity, and we achieve this by splitting the budget into three strategic areas. We achieve this by splitting the budget into three strategic areas. Allocate 40% to SEO and organic assets, then allocate 35% to content marketing and nurturing, and then allocate 25% to paid acquisition and testing. This exact layout is powered by our capital allocation logic, balancing compounding assets against interruption media. Let's start with the SEO core. This builds your core digital infrastructure, systematically lowering your long-term blended customer acquisition cost over time. Next, we have paid experiments. We launch highly targeted paid campaigns to gather valuable search phrase data quickly, removing the wait for organic rankings. The third one is the retargeting loop. We deployed paid ads to bring warm organic traffic back to your owned platform, maximizing total conversion efficiency. We map this rollout across a disciplined 4-month execution sequence. Month 1 is audit. Establish clear baseline benchmarks and resolve deep technical issues on your core platform. Month 2 is content. Deploy educational problem solving and target high intent keyword structures. Month 3, we amplify. Launch targeted paid validation campaigns and build initial lookalike audiences. Month 4 is optimization. Analyze your real-time data trends to adjust budget allocation safely toward your top performing channels. Always remember this essential governance pillar of the Perfect Digital Academy program. A premium budget allocation model is an expression of deep strategic priorities. If you cannot back up your channel spending with clear conversion math, you are gambling, not planning. Every dollar spent must have a measurable purpose. In summary, we have built your KPI architecture, mapped out a balanced capital model, and locked down your tactical rollout route timelines. Now your next step is to launch your multi-channel allocation simulation inside your student dashboard. Take your target project budget and build a detailed model, splitting resources across search assets, content development, and retargeting loops. Complete this simulation and I will see you in Module 3 as we build your final capstone portfolio project.